right, it's time for our toast, and Ryan is going to start us off.
Testing, testing. Everybody pay attention to me. Hey, up in the front, dog, up in the front. Hey, up in the front, boys. All right, so I just wanted to start out by thanking everyone for coming out to celebrate the marriage of Brandon and Haley. Turns out the 10-year plan that Brandon always talks about, it worked. I got 8 more years, I think, now. Crazy to think that almost 25 years ago is when me and Brandon became friends. So, like, you know, we were like little bitty way down here. From that time on, we've been right next to each other, whether it was tearing up our dad's foilers and every mud hole we could find, or using all dad's carb cleaner to light stuff on fire. Tons of football games against his 3 brothers and my brother, and I mean, we whooped them every time. It was sad. When Brandon and I were together, some of the best ideas were thought of, like taking Black Betty, mudding, or trying to drift it, or heck, even running over a barbecue pit that I had at the house. And for those of y'all that don't know Black Betty, she's gone and deceased now, but that was Brandon's coupe sports car, standard. Brandon's always had a way of making people laugh. Some of the things he says in front of us guys while hanging out will make you fall out of your chair laughing. There are even times when he is rapped, and if y'all get lucky tonight, y'all might get to hear DJ in the bird seeds go on the stage. Y'all can pretty much expect that, so. But on a more serious note, 9 years ago now, Brandon and I had gone on a retreat to Colorado where we met some great buddies that we still hang out with to this day. But there was this one girl that really caught his eye, and that girl standing right here. And man, I didn't think you'd make it this long with this guy. 10 years? Golly, I'm telling you. Can you imagine being with him 25 like I have? Oh, sheesh. But, Haley was probably a little overwhelmed the first time she met the crew because of all the intelligence floating around. I mean, I don't know why y'all are laughing. I mean, if you've ever hung out with us, you know what intelligence is. But she stuck it out. She became part of the family pretty quick. And Brandon and Haley, y'all have experienced a lot of trials in life, getting together at such a young age. But they have excelled and learned to overcome boundaries in order to keep a healthy, God-fearing relationship. And I'm beyond proud of them and can't wait to see what God has in store for their life. So let's raise a glass and toast to a happy marriage. Oh, it's right there. Now Nicole.
All right. Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, try to pay better attention. I'm Nicole, the maid of honor. It's a pretty important role in this whole wedding thing. I'll have to assume that you've done a very good job taking advantage of the open bar, or you skipped the ceremony altogether just to hit up the party. But let's get serious. I'm here today to tell you about my friends Haley and Brandon. I'll start with Haley because she's my favorite. I can still remember the first day I met Haley, 4th grade. She was new to school and was lucky enough to show up on day 1 to find me as her locker buddy. Between then and freshman year of high school, we were friends, but it was summer after freshman year when I knew Haley would be a true friend to me for life. I'll go on to tell a little story in a minute, but for now, I'll just say, as I'm sure many of you know, Haley is truly the sweetest friend. Someone who has never once picked a fight with me. She has always been an ear to listen, a shoulder to lean on, and she will dang sure let me know exactly what she thinks when I ask her honest opinion on something. She has got me through some of the lowest lows, and she has shared with me so many of my favorite memories. Now, I don't want to drag the speech on forever, but I've been waiting to tell this story for 9 years. July of 2014, Haley and I, along with several other people here tonight, loaded up on a bus and headed for a week-long retreat in Colorado. Most of us, not knowing each other, had no idea how impactful that week would be to what all of our futures had in store. When we got there, Haley and I ended up bunking next to each other, which led to us staying up every night talking and laughing and probably keeping everyone else in the room awake. Over that week, Haley and I shared memories and experience that made us the best of friends we are today. But even more important than Haley and I becoming so close was the other person she became close with. I clearly remember this one guy. Every chance he got, he was talking to Haley. Whether it was making sure she got that red card playing soccer or flirting with her on the bus in between activities, he seemed to make sure Haley knew exactly who he was. If you haven't figured it out yet, this new friend was my other favorite, Brandon. And although I wasn't so sure about him then, I am beyond thankful that he is here now. 9 years have flown by since then. Homecomings, proms, sock shows and concerts, visits to each other in college, graduations, a lot of nights hanging out with all of our friends and becoming working adults. Haley and Brandon have shared so many memories with each other and with me. All of them I will cherish forever and know there is so many more to make in the future. So, 9 years ago in Colorado was the beginning of what we are here to celebrate tonight. I could not pick a more perfect man for Haley. His love for her is evident in everything that he does. Whether it's working on their land, writing a sweet Facebook post to her, or even making the best bachelorette party video for her girlies. I know these two will share so much love and continue to be each other's rock through life. I am so thankful to have been here to watch y'all grow and flourish together, and I can't wait to continue to see where life takes the two of you. So, if everyone will raise their glasses for a toast to Rocky Mountain High and the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Yanish. Thanks.
Very good. Test, test, test.
There we go. Open up with a joke. Oh, it is.
Hey, hey, hey.
I got the mic. Bad news. If y'all don't know me, I'm Brandon's first brother. I think we can all agree, Haley, you look great tonight. Brandon, you look better standing next to Haley. I gotta say, Haley, this looks a lot better than the usual pants you wear in the relationship. Brandon would disagree, but I know with all the third wheel experience I've had with these two. I can go on and on the stories of me and Brandon growing up, tearing dad's stuff up with the coutures, fist fights we always got into, and all the rocks we thrown to piss dad off and everything else that I can just talk for hours about it. We've been brothers for 22 years now, and I think what really got us to be good friends was when you bought me my first case of beer. I remember thinking, this guy's all right. Seems like we've been hanging out ever since then. This might be the only time you hear me say this, but Brandon is the most driven person I know, and you've always been the biggest role model in my life. I know I can go to you for anything. Now for Haley. I've known Haley for, 7 or 8 years, however long y'all been together. Still don't understand how you put up with Brandon for that long. How she's tolerated him this long might be one of the world's greatest mysteries. Haley is the nicest person I know, and if you can get her on some wine, she'll sit there and have a conversation with you for hours about pretty much anything. Just not too much wine, because then she may start crying for absolutely no reason. I guess we were supposed to say welcome to the family, but truth is you've shown us what it's like to have a sister in the family for the past year, so I think we can say you've been a part of the family. These two set the example for what a badass couple should be, and I couldn't be happier for both of y'all. I hope for nothing but blessings in y'all's future, so raise a glass for them and cheers. Now for Aiden. Mic check. Y'all may or may not know me, but I'm Aiden, and I'm Brandon's youngest and favorite brother. And you all know me, I always wait till the last minute to do something. So about 2 this morning, I came up with this speech. Ever since these two started dating, I would always follow them around and annoy them constantly. And they still talk about it to this day, but that's besides the point. Because I've made so many great memories with them, like singing Back in Black on the ski lifts and Angel Fire, tagging along with them at the fair, or them simply just giving me good advice. Now, Heather, we all know you're the better half of Brandon, and you've always felt like the sister we never had, and someone that I could always go to help me with anything, but most of the time it was my homework. And it's kind of odd not being able to send you this speech to you and ask you to grammar check it, so it'll have to do. I honestly don't know how you manage to deal with us four brothers always picking on you and messing with you all these years, because that's pretty hard. Anyways, welcome to the fam, even though I've always considered you family. Honestly, Brandon, I don't even know where to start with you, because I'd much rather talk about Haley than you. But I guess I'll mention you. So basically, you're my oldest brother, and that's about it. No, I'm kidding. Even though there's a big age gap between us, you've always let me hang out with you, and I gotta say, I'm glad you did, because without me, you and Ryan wouldn't have beat Riley, Caleb, and Garrett in a football game. Well, you wouldn't have had anyone to jam out to Mud Digger with you in your green truck. Besides from being my older brother, you've also been my boss, but I still think Ryan is a better boss. And you've also attempted to be my dad in some cases, which I used to hate and complain to Haley about it. But now that I think about it, you were just giving me some good advice that I should have taken. I know I've never said this, but thanks for being a great role model and older brother to me and teaching me how to put a lift on my truck and many other things that you've taught me. I'm so grateful for the both of y'all and the things y'all have done for me, and congratulations to y'all too. Now for Garrett.
Man, it's hard to follow up 4 good speeches, but when Brandon came up and asked me, you do a speech, I thought, man, this is like 2 good minutes just straight out embarrass him in front of everybody. But I'm not going to do that, even though I want to. But growing up with 3 brothers, there was never a dull moment. Whether it was constant trips to the creek with the Cachero boys, basketball games that always ended in a brawl, mostly when Riley would drop 35 on his head and Brandon would get mad. But everything always seemed to be a competition. One of the most competitive games we always had had very simple rules. It always started with Brandon saying, "You see that rock right there? Let's throw it." Which Dad hated. It sucks now because y'all think, come on Matthew, let the kids be kids. But this was like last week. Nowadays, Dad just wants to charge us $1 for a rock. We're just blaming on Riley now. But in all honesty, growing up with Brandon as my older brother, you always knew you had someone to look up to. Like my dad always did, he taught us that hard work and excellence can go a long way, and Brandon was right there to show us that that's 100% true. And it's nice to see that everything you put together has came out good. Now with Haley, when I first met you, I think it took me 3 months to say a word to you. Now we can sit and talk for hours on end about who knows where, because the conversations just take off. Let me find out where I'm at. But Haley, you're one of the most kind and loving persons I know, and I know that you're always there if we need you. I'm happy for both of y'all, and I love y'all, and I wish y'all long years of happiness. I love y'all. What do I do with this?
All right, we're going to start lining up for the Grand March, so if the wedding